Hey, adrenaline junkies. Welcome to Police Pursuit. Today we launch a new, fresh series, When People Messed with the Wrong Cops. Every reckless choice flips on instant justice mode. Buckle up. Let's roll right now, folks.
TV on, TV up.
On August 6th, 2022, deputies received a BOLO for a vehicle linked to a shoplifting incident involving 4 female suspects. A unit soon spotted a similar car driving erratically on GA 400 and initiated a traffic stop. The vehicle initially pulled over and deputies began issuing commands for the driver to exit. Instead of complying, the driver suddenly fled, triggering a brief pursuit. Deputies quickly closed distance and executed a pit maneuver, bringing the vehicle to a controlled stop. All 4 occupants complied and were taken into custody without further incident.
Native pit. We're southbound.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
During the investigation, deputies recovered counterfeit U.S. currency and confirmed an active warrant tied to 1 passenger. Multiple charges followed, including fleeing, reckless driving, and forgery, showing how a simple case can quickly escalate.
Keep your hands up! Keep your hands up! Face away from me and walk backwards through me. Walk backwards. Back to me. Back.
Shut it off. Shut it off.
Officers responded to a shoplifting call at a Dollar Tree on US 24 and located the suspect getting into a van. As they attempted contact, the driver reversed into a patrol car, then surged forward into a cart corral, immediately escalating the situation. Despite commands, she reversed again and struck the patrol vehicle a second time. During the chaos, a dog inside the van jumped out and bit an officer. Moments later, she fled the lot and entered US 24, triggering a full pursuit.
Well, I get your license there in a second. 12, Kansas City's got lead. We secondary.
Speeds climbed between 70 and 90 miles per hour as the vehicle ran red lights, weaved through traffic, and even drove into oncoming lanes. Stop sticks were deployed, deflating the tires. While attempting to exit, the driver lost control. The van struck a light pole, rolled multiple times, and the driver was ejected.
12, we're actually gonna, they're losing it. 1050, Paseo and I-70 rollover. Rollover. Actually gonna, they're losing it. 1050, Paseo and I-70 rollover. Rollover. I got you, right behind you.
She was taken into custody at the scene and transported to the hospital. Identified as Lauren Ruwart, she faces multiple charges including assault on an officer, felony fleeing, and theft-related offenses, ending a pursuit that escalated far beyond a shoplifting call.
Are you okay? Sir!
On April 18, 2026, around 1:28 a.m., a trooper attempted a traffic stop on a GMC pickup for expired tags and suspicious activity. The vehicle had just picked up a passenger from a closed business area before suddenly accelerating and fleeing onto I-55.
You guys.
37. It's going to be 55. Southbound up to 3. Adam King, 30 yards.
The pursuit moved southbound as the truck drove erratically, braking, accelerating, and swerving. The vehicle appeared overloaded and unstable, struggling to maintain control as traffic increased ahead. With risk building, the trooper made the decision. A TV, I was executed near the 2-mile marker, spinning the truck off the roadway. As it entered the grassy slope, a tire failed, and the vehicle rolled once before coming to rest upright.
Check, you advise 55 southbound at Mount Walker Bridge.
Yeah. Go on, any units direct for him. Hold on, any advice either. It's fine, no down at 3.
That's right. Check, that's the advice.
The passenger crawled out and was detained while the driver was found unconscious inside the cab. Both were transported for medical treatment. A search revealed controlled substances inside the vehicle. The driver, James England, now faces multiple charges including felony fleeing and drug possession, ending a pursuit that quickly escalated from a routine stop.
Southbound speeds are 55.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. On Monday, August the 29th, 2022, around 3:23 p.m., officers from the Glendale Police Department located a stolen Volkswagen in the 4800 block of Northport, Washington Road. The vehicle had been reported stolen during a home invasion and armed robbery in Milwaukee.
East on Marne. It's got no tire. East on Marne past Yorkwood. Right up. We're southbound. Speeds are 35. 60 lead, so a pit is imminent here. No traffic.
On the way, we'll be a capital.
Alright, still, here comes the pit, here comes the pit, and off-road into the park, and they're going to be bailing here.
One for 294, we doing me slide?
Get him right there.
When officers attempted to stop the vehicle, the suspects fled, prompting a pursuit through the area. After several minutes, an officer executed a successful pursuit intervention technique, PIT, bringing the chase to an end without further incident.
Still northbound. Still northbound. We're gonna come out on a Hampton. 768 is losing a lot of it. Still southbound.
That bull.
768, crash, Hampton and
Four suspects were taken into custody: a 35-year-old woman, an 18-year-old woman, a 16-year-old boy, and a 14-year-old boy, all residents of Milwaukee. Charges are expected to be presented to the district attorney's office, including reckless endangering safety and fleeing or eluding an officer.
Copy a pursuit, not stopping, 55, traffic light going north.
On January 12, 2025, a deputy spotted a wanted suspect driving a black Chevy Impala near Pinckney Road. After waiting for backup, a traffic stop was attempted, but the driver immediately fled, triggering a short pursuit. The deputy quickly closed distance and executed a pit maneuver, bringing the vehicle to a stop. As deputies approached, the situation took an unexpected turn.
They're on Kettle West of D19. Unsuccessful hit. Still on Kettle, or did we get on TV?
The driver was found with self-inflicted knife wounds to his neck. Deputies immediately pulled him out and began life-saving measures, including wound packing and trauma bandages.
Clear making contact.
EMS arrived shortly after and transported him to the hospital for emergency surgery, ending a pursuit that shifted from enforcement to emergency response.
Clear, cut to the neck, US 31.
On November 10, 2022, while patrolling near Georgia 36 and Georgia 212, an officer learned that Newton County Sheriff's Office and Covington Police were pursuing a vehicle tied to a suspicious missing persons case. The suspect, Jesse Hardiman, was seen driving a Honda Accord recklessly and at high speed. He passed multiple cars on a double yellow line and turned onto Pickett Bridge Road. As the pursuit continued onto Georgia 212, the officer took the lead in the chase.
36 at High Point Church. We're southbound on 36. Pickett Bridge Road. Just went down Pickett Bridge Road.
Pickett Bridge Red.
Find out what their charges are, please.
10-4, I've asked that dispatcher multiple times.
Concerned about the risk to nearby neighborhoods and a busy gas station, the officer attempted a PIT maneuver. Hardman tried to evade but crashed into a subdivision sign and small trees. He was taken into custody at gunpoint. A search of his vehicle revealed multiple loaded firearms within reach, a stolen license plate, and no valid insurance. He was also a convicted felon with an active felony probation warrant.
We're right here, Double Creek, Double Creek, Double Creek.
Double Creek, 1050I.
Further investigation linked the firearms and other recovered items to burglaries in Eatonton, Georgia. Additional charges were filed, including firearm possession by a felon and receiving stolen property.
They just passed that.
March 14, 2021, Robin Avenue, Georgia. A quiet neighborhood turned chaotic when police responded to a break-in suspect who had taken a hostage and fled, launching a dangerous high-speed chase. The pursuit tore through local streets with the suspect firing at officers, one bullet nearly hitting its mark. Though the vehicle was falling apart, the suspect pushed forward recklessly. Multiple PT maneuvers failed, and at one point, a police cruiser skidded out, nearly causing a crash. The chase continued onto Interstate 16, where police finally managed to slow him down. Officers rammed the suspect's car to stop him, but he bolted, gun in hand, dragging the hostage into a nearby backyard. In a split second, the hostage escaped. Cornered and still armed, the suspect was fatally shot in a barrage of police gunfire, bringing the tense standoff to an end. On March 3, 2022, at around 12:09 p.m., I responded to assist with a vehicle pursuit initiated by the Bibb County Sheriff's Office. The suspect, wanted for theft, was fleeing in a blue Toyota Corolla, driving recklessly on Bass Road before heading north on Georgia Highway 87 and into Jones County.
Be careful, you're coming up to an intersection. Yep.
I took primary position on GA 18 near mile marker 6 and attempted multiple PIT maneuvers, but was unable to execute due to traffic conditions. The suspect continued to endanger the public by swerving into oncoming lanes and later drove southbound and northbound lanes. As the vehicle tried to cross the median, a Jones County deputy performed a successful PIT maneuver, bringing the pursuit to an end. The suspect, identified as Stephen Law, surrendered and was taken into custody without further incident. No damage occurred to my patrol car. On June 19, 2022 at 9:21 p.m., I observed a white Chevrolet Impala with no Georgia license plate traveling on Moreland Avenue. The driver, later identified as Willie Lee Postel, license suspended, turned onto Custer Avenue.
Let me see your fucking hands! 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 Get on the ground! Get on the fucking ground! Get on the fucking ground!
Look at the red line, left it, hold the wrist, hit.
During the chase, Postel ran a red light at Boulder Crest Avenue. TPR Guerra performed a PIT maneuver, causing the vehicle to spin. CPL Go-Down took over and made another PIT, forcing the Impala to stop. Postel exited through the passenger side and fled on foot. Despite repeated commands, he resisted arrest until CPL Godown deployed a taser and took him into custody.
He's resisting, chase him! Lay on the ground now! Lay on the ground now!
Postel showed signs of intoxication and refused implied consent testing. A search of the vehicle revealed open alcohol containers and a shotgun in the trunk. He was evaluated by EMS, then transported to Atlanta Medical Center and later booked at the Fulton County Jail. His criminal history includes multiple prior felony convictions. At around 15:46 on April the 20th, 2021, I was stationary at Whitworth Church Loop in GA 92 when I observed a silver Nissan Murano driving recklessly, improperly passing, crossing the gore, and nearly crashing into another vehicle. I activated my emergency lights as we both turned onto Dallas-Ackworth Highway. The Nissan stopped briefly in a right turn lane. I approached the vehicle and observed the driver was a young black male. I asked him to move into a parking lot for safety. As I returned to my patrol car, the driver suddenly sped off. At first, I believed he misunderstood my instructions, but it became clear he was fleeing when he reached speeds of 110 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. I notified dispatch and initiated a pursuit. Near Homestead Drive, I saw an opening, and knowing the danger of an upcoming busy intersection, I performed a PIT maneuver to stop the vehicle safely on the left shoulder.
What the fuck did you have to run from me?
The Nissan and my vehicle came to a rest side by side. I exited, drew my service weapon, and ordered the driver to the ground. He complied and was handcuffed without incident. I cleared traffic and questioned him. The suspect, Jaden Mecky Hamilton, admitted fleeing because he didn't have a driver's license and didn't want to go to jail. Trooper Rampy later transported him to Paulding County Jail. Earlier this week in Cameron County, DPS troopers attempted to stop a black Chrysler 300 linked to human smuggling. The driver, Benjamin Barbosa, refused to comply and fled, quickly escalating into a high-speed pursuit. The vehicle weaved through traffic before driving into oncoming lanes, putting multiple motorists at serious risk. As the situation intensified, troopers moved to end it. A pit maneuver was executed, successfully disabling the vehicle. Barbosa and his passenger, Marcos Julian, then fled on foot but were quickly apprehended. Barbosa faces charges including evading arrest, human smuggling with risk of serious injury or death, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Julian faces smuggling, evading, and resisting charges. 5 undocumented migrants found in the vehicle were turned over to Border Patrol, ending a dangerous pursuit.
1052 rolling.
On April 18th, 2026, a trooper observed a blue Toyota Corolla driving without lights in North Little Rock. When a traffic stop was initiated, the vehicle ignored multiple opportunities to pull over before entering E30 and accelerating. Speeds climbed past 80 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone as the vehicle continued westbound with no lights, creating a major visibility hazard. With the risk increasing, the situation quickly escalated into a pursuit.
We just got onto 30 West.
To prevent further danger, a TVI was executed. The vehicle rotated and struck a concrete barrier but continued moving. As it came back toward the trooper, contact was made again, and a North Little Rock unit moved in, pinning the vehicle from the driver's side and bringing it to a stop.
30 westbound, number 2 lane. TBI.
TBI before 6:30. All right, he's continuing.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
The driver, identified as Kiana Taylor, was taken into custody along with a passenger. Signs of intoxication were observed, and tests confirmed impairment. Taylor, under 21, later registered a BAC of .08 and now faces multiple charges, including felony fleeing, DWI, no license, and driving without lights, ending a dangerous situation on the interstate.
Hands up. Go to the back of my car. Come on, you gotta be smarter than that. Come on. Locks, where you going?
Step out with your hands up. Face me. Keep your hands up. Walk towards me. Walk towards me. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Stop. Move.
Hey, what's it, Omo? Traffic light with that?
While on patrol, I was alerted by 50 MASH about a suspect vehicle involved in a retail fraud and felonious assault with the Utica Police Department. The gold Jeep had rammed a patrol car during a pursuit, which Utica later terminated at ME53 and 27 Mile Road. As I traveled westbound on 32 Mile Road, I spotted the vehicle heading eastbound near Romeo Plank Road. I turned around and followed it while waiting for backup. The suspect then crossed into oncoming lanes, passing cars recklessly.
He's out east-west.
I activated my lights and sirens, but the vehicle refused to stop. The driver, later identified as Joseph Lee Jackson, was arrested for fleeing, resisting, and driving on a suspended license.
Through the storage yard here. I'm going to check on the passenger.
Was this just a trooper crash? Just a suspect vehicle crash?
Hey,